this might be more of a controversial opinion. I think some guys will get upset about this, but I do believe that you need validation from the feminine. I do believe that is what shapes your belief system. I didn't truly start believing in myself until I started to get consistent validation from the feminine. I'm sure there'll be guys who are watching this who are almost in denial, like, oh, I don't give a fuck what women think about me, I just do my thing, like, going my own way. But realistically, you do care. It's why you buy the flashy watch, the nice car, you go on the luxurious holiday, you watch these videos, you build your value. It's to receive love from the feminine, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. Let's assume the position again. Nice one. Right, we're back out here in public, doing what we do best, hashtag social freedom.
This one, we want to talk to you boys about belief and the power of belief. We're going to use some examples from our early life to elucidate this, but I'm going to kick off with a quote that I heard a little while ago, which has stuck to me like sellotape, and it's, in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you think you deserve. And I think for us, that really underscores the power of belief and almost being delusional in your own belief. I do think when you are doing something like undertaking a radically ambitious quest to become the most fuckable version of you, I think you do need to have a level of delusion there, especially if you had the start in life that we did. Well, I started off in life as an absolute loser, and if I look back at myself, like at the age of 15, there was nothing about me which would have screamed success, right? It's easy to just get stuck in that, I'm not enough, I'm never going to receive love from the feminine, I'm never going to be able to do anything that I set my mind to. And the belief system that you had before coming out here, because we've been together for 14 days now, feels like this relationship has gone on for a lot longer.
It feels like we're in there.
We really are. The honeymoon phase, I really don't feel as though it's ending. You obviously had a set of beliefs coming here before you came to Warsaw and met up with me. How would you say your overall belief system has changed across these 14 days?
So he brings up a good point, because even though I was able to build my value over the last 4 or 5 years, that doesn't necessarily mean that the 16-year-old, the 14-year-old, the 12-year-old in me wasn't still manifesting through my actions and my beliefs. So although I look completely different than I looked back then, I didn't really think, I even tell him, like, the girls that I would go for previous to coming out to working with Kristian were like considerably less attractive than the girls that I'm going for now, because my belief was that, wow, these girls are way too out of my league. Like, even though I've improved my looks, I still think that, like, I'm the same person as far as, like, value that I have to give that I was back when I was 12, 13. So the first thing that helped me as far as building my belief system and my value was the repetitions, was the positive reference experiences, was going out, doing what was uncomfortable for me, and getting like positive feedback in some circumstances. And the negative ones I learned from, so they were both valuable.
Yeah, I think, and this might be more of a controversial opinion, I think some guys will get upset about this, but I do believe that you need validation from the feminine. I do believe that is what shapes your belief system. And I think if you are putting yourself out there and all you're receiving is negative feedback, I'll be real, like, I didn't truly start believing in myself until I started to get consistent validation from the feminine. And I'm sure there'll be guys who are watching this who are almost in denial, like, oh, I don't give a fuck what women think about me, I just do my thing, like, going my own way. But realistically, you do care. It's why you buy the flashy watch, the nice car, you go on the luxurious holiday, you watch these videos, you build your value. It's to receive love from the feminine, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So, like he just brought up, the validation was huge for me, and maybe even 2 weeks ago I wouldn't have admitted this to myself. But having the positive conversations, and then like, especially with the gobsmackingly gorgeous women, that is exactly what I needed. It proved to me that I was already, I had already built my value to a point where they were receptive to me, and I wasn't aware of that. Coming out here and putting the reps made me aware of that.
So when you're actually in those conversations,
does
a part of you feel as though you are deserving of that female attention? Do you feel as though at your place right now at 23 years old that you are worthy, you are in a position where you should be entitled to receive love from the feminine?
So 2 weeks ago, my answer would have been completely different. I thought that I needed more money, I needed more, like a flashier car, I needed nicer clothes in order to receive love from the feminine. But coming out here now in conversation, it's part of the reason why the conversations go good. It's because now I'm in them with I expect them to like me. I expect them to like my confidence and my charisma. And because of that, the conversations typically go down a different path than if I didn't feel worthy while I was in those conversations. But keep in mind, we didn't start here. Like, this has been built. And that's the point, is you don't have to stay where you start. If you put in the reps, you can build that belief system. And now here I am, I can go up to a gorgeous girl and I expect that she likes the fact that I'm there. And because I expect that she likes that I'm there, oftentimes she does like that I'm there. It's kind of interesting how that works.
You make a point there about the way you start is not the way you finish. I remember a video a little while back where a guy commented, and I looked radically different from how I'd looked in previous videos. And there was a guy who commented, this really for me underscores the poverty mindset which is keeping a lot of you boys held back. He saw me and he said, "Oh, Kristian, you're starting to look a little bit too aesthetic. We don't need another chat dating coach. A normal one is more relatable." And what this really elucidates for me is people don't like it when you start to surpass them. People want to see you do well. They don't want to see you do better than them. So with a lot of guys in this community, they are in that poverty mindset where they just want to, when they're watching these infield videos, they want to see a guy who's an absolute loser, because it gives them permission to also be a loser. To stay a loser. It's like when I increased my prices, guys were like, "Oh, you're getting greedy, you're a fraud, you're a scam." It's like, you don't understand money, right? You owe it to the people that you love to get wealthy. And this is that poverty mindset that you're stuck in. You think that if someone charges higher prices, they're a fraud, they're a scam. It's like, this is the sort of mindset that is going to keep you poor. You say it's greed. For me, it's radical ambition. And those are the people that I want to be surrounded by. The people I'm like, yeah, it's £3,000 for a weekender. The guy's like, yeah, payment sent. That's what I need in my life. Not a guy who's like,
that's how we go.
Right, that's how we type. Not a guy who's like, £49. What am I actually getting from this? I heard Alex Hormozy talk about this. And the final thing that I want to leave you on is, it's actually a quote. I don't know if you know Alex Hormozy. Really cool guy. Go on YouTube, Alex Hormozy. He has this quote and it says, "What do I currently believe to be true about the world that isn't?" Okay, what do you currently believe to be true about the world that isn't? Because I guarantee there are a lot of self-limiting beliefs that you still hold, and we probably still hold as well, where maybe you think, "I'm not the right race, I'm not tall enough, I'm not good looking enough," whatever it is, enough. Do you feel as though you still harbor certain self-limiting beliefs that are holding you back to achieving the things that you want to do at the moment?
Well, you bring up a good point, because before this weekend, like, I'm 5'9", so that was part of my excuse to not be able to do this was, oh, I'm average height or I'm below average height. Oh, like you said, oh, on this race, how can I survive in Poland? And exactly what he's talking about. It's like, but once I came out here, I think a big portion of this too is like the media that we watch on YouTube. Like they're trying to play. They're trying to grab at the heartstrings that we have about like our self-limiting beliefs, and they're trying to reinforce it for us because that's what gets the clicks. They're trying to prove to you that, yeah, because you are X, this is why you can't do this. This is why you can't approach women. This is why you shouldn't approach women. And coming out here, it absolutely shattered every reason that I had to not do this. As soon as I started approaching, I realized, wow, like the stuff that they're showing me on YouTube, that's just for views. That's just for clicks. None of this is actually real. Back to what I said in like that previous video about, like, I thought I'd go out and I'd approach a woman and I'd have a bunch of people sprinting at me talking about, why are you harassing? That's all because of the media and the stuff that I've consumed and internalized. But to answer your question directly, no. I mean, aside from just like still building, because again, I'm not like seasoned at this. I'm still improving on a daily basis, but I feel like, no, I passed the threshold to where there's nothing that's stopping me from doing what I want now. And it's actually been proven, because not only is this with approaching women, but now it's with putting myself out there on YouTube and on different platforms. Like the same thing that made me scared to go and do that, and the same reasons that I used to not do it are the same reasons that I used to not do other things in my life. And it's like, once I got rid of that self-limiting belief, it like cracked open the world for me, and now I feel like I can do anything.
That's great. And just the final thing is, where do you see your life going after we've said au revoir? I know it'll be a sad time when I will get accordion lady to play a sad song for us, and our homeless guy can sing his melody. But where do you see your life heading when you go back to San Francisco? How do you how do you foreshadow this experience is going to benefit your life? Because that's what's important for me. It's like, I think there's a lot of day game service providers out there where you'll do a weekend with them, maybe you'll get results, maybe you won't. You'll pay a shitload of money and nothing changes. It's like the MDMA experience, like big euphoria, there's no aftercare, there's nothing after that. For me, it's happening here, bro. For me, it's like, right, this is just the start. Like, our time together is just the start of everything. So I'm curious right now for you, how you see yourself implementing the things that we've done together into your life.
So the easiest way that I can answer that is just 1% better every day. I see myself going back home, and regardless of if I have a shit day with this or if I have a great day with this, my goal is just to get 1% better at life every day, not just at approaching women, but at putting myself out there content-wise, in my career that I have, in my ability to kick the addiction that I've been kicking, and
Which is
weed. And I'm done with it. I'm clearly done with it, and you can keep me accountable for that. But I think something important too is that, like, because he's given me permission in one area of my life in going to approach women, it feels like he's given me permission to excel. It feels like he's given me permission to, like, no longer feel the need to stay back with the people that would like to see me, hold back and stay with them. And I feel comfortable now separating myself and creating a gap between me and maybe like my old friends or my cousins and family that they want to see me do great, but just not too great, not too out of reach. And I feel comfortable in my own skin to now just completely break away and just allow myself to make that gap wider and wider and wider because of that 1% better everyday principle. So
yeah, and I think that's a good way to finish it. It goes back to how we started, whereby you don't get what you deserve, you get what you think you deserve. So it's the stories that you tell yourself on a daily basis. I do think that when you are starting out on any radically ambitious quest, you do need to be slightly delusional. A part of you does, because like when I started making these videos, I was not too long ago on universal credit. I had £24.82 to my name. I was living in a grotty apartment in Leeds. It was COVID, so my magic business had got wiped out. A part of you does need to be delusional to think you can achieve the things you want to achieve, because this is why I think narcissism is an amazing trait. People are like, oh, narcissism, that's bad. But it's like, why does loving yourself mean that's bad? Right? Like, that's what we should all be doing. We should all be pedestalizing ourselves. We should all have those delusions of grandeur. We should all be rating ourselves, because if you don't back yourself, you're fucked.